The fuck going on in this bitch? Week 3 of BBR is coming up. And brother, what a task we got this time. We got my boy Joey, PokeaimMD. You know that PokeaimMD is one of my best friends. And we've known each other since 2009, bro. There is so many games that we've had in the span of the last fucking 15 years, bro. So many battles have been uploaded to YouTube. So many more battles we've had, obviously, on Pokemon Online, Shoddy Battle, Pokemon Showdown, all of that shit. So we know each other really well. We know each other's playstyles. In my opinion, Joey is the greatest battler of all time, honestly. He's definitely one of the best skill-wise. On top of that, he is for sure the most consistent battler to ever fucking grace this game, right? He's been playing every single day for 15 years, for fucking 6 hours, okay? So that is definitely a huge task for us. Absolutely huge task. But listen, we are the niche Jynx, okay? We are the niche Jynx. I'm the coach of niche Jynx. And I know that if anybody can stop Joey, aka Jonathan, then it's definitely us, bro. It's definitely us. It's definitely the niche Jynx. All right? So let's get into the team builder stuff. What do we got going on here? Joey, as you can see, is a motherfucking nerd tryhard noob with a fucking Palafin and a Sparthra Ubers, bro. My man pulling up with Ubers into a fucking friendly competition, bro. What the fuck am I supposed to do, man? I thought we were friends. This whole time I thought we were friends for 15 years, bro, but I guess that's not the case, man. I know that sounds a little bit hypocritical coming from a fucking Houndstone arena trap noob, okay, with Dugtrio. But listen, man. Palafin and Sparthra is just way too much. And realistically, this matchup, I believe, is going to depend on Toxic Spike. This is where it is important to find out if he brings Dragalge or not, because Dragalge could pretty much stop our best possible win con, I suppose, from what it looks like. I'd like to say a big shout out to my boy Maverick Shooters for helping me assemble the team and prepare for this matchup a little bit. There is a little bit of in-depth theory crafting that went into the team builder of this. So what is my expected lineup against me? No, what is the expected lineup I see from Joseph into me? I think that obviously Palafin, Treads, Esparthra, Meowscarada are definitely coming. 100% pause. Okay, this is just like, this is the best options against me, right? I'm expecting a Ditto as well, just because my team is so setup heavy, right? We have Cloyster, we have Lucario, we have all that type of shit, and then on top of that, Ditto is really good if I bring Sandrush Houndstone, right? And he just turns into me and then reverse sweeps me. So Ditto is almost 100% bring in my books. The last Pokemon, I am expecting Dragalge, personally, but I think Mismagius is also an option for Joel. Mismagius or Taurus Paldia. I don't expect anything else, honestly, but my first choice would probably be Dragalge, so we're gonna prepare for that. Second option is Mismagius, and third option is Taurus Paldia. I don't think anything else is worth bringing, realistically, but obviously anything can happen, right? Esparthra are definitely going to be Terra fighting, so his Terras for this game are obviously Psychic and Terra. Psychic and Terra, yes. Psychic and Fighting. Fighting is definitely the best option because we do have T-Tar and just all that type of shit, you know. So let me get into the team builder process, I suppose. Now look at this T-Tar. T-Tar named Julia Roberts because this T-Tar is Scary Face, bro. This is the ugliest T-Tar set you've ever seen in your entire life, bro. I'm very sorry, T-Tar, that I massacred my boy Julia Roberts like this, but this is specifically just to prevent Esparthra getting out of hand. I don't need T-Tar for anything in this battle in particular. In fact, T-Tar pretty much loses to everything, but this specific set allows me to make sure that Esparthra A doesn't get a sub up because Aerial Ace breaks the sub if it's Terra fighting, Crunch does if it stays Psychic. Taunt is there to prevent potential like Calm Mind, sub and all that crap. And Scary Face Tech is there to make sure that it doesn't get enough speed boosts so that our Espeon specs can come in after that and revenge kill, okay? So that's the idea behind this T-Tar. Obviously, max speed diff. We got Choppel Berry to take that Terra Blast better. And yeah, again, ugliest T-Tar set, but very niche and very specific for this particular matchup, okay? With Houndstone, me and Maverick, we decided to go with Fluffy and Colbur Berry. I don't know if Colbur Berry is honestly that necessary. We could have gone like leftovers and stuff, but Fluffy is going to be really important in this matchup because it helps me wall Palafin, of course, right? It helps me better against like Meowscarada. It allows me to Will-O-Wisp treads pretty easily. And just overall, this seems to be... What is also important is to have this particular Houndstone build for in case Ditto becomes into Lucario. Because like I'm bringing Lucario for this matchup. And this was very important taking into consideration that we can wall the Ditto/Lucario situation with Houndstone, right? Max defense, max HP, pretty much. Rest Sleep Talk is very important for longevity because we can just rest and then Sleep Talk, Will-O-Wisp, Slash Respects, all that type of shit. It's there specifically, mostly, to actually spin block the Iron Treads. Burn it, spin block, sit on it, you know what I'm saying? Sit on its face, rest, Sleep Talk, all that type of crap. I guess Colbur makes more sense than lefties because we're gonna get knocked off anyways, and at least the first knockoff is not gonna do shit. It's not like it's gonna do much to a Fluffy set regardless, but that's besides the point, right? I feel like my main, as I already said, my main way of winning this is getting T-Spike up. If he brings Dragalge, I'm gonna try to trap it. As you can see, we do have Dugtrio. I'm gonna try to trap the Dragalge and then proceed to spin block with Houndstone and not let Toxic Spike get blown away. That's the purpose of Houndstone, because if I bring Sandrush fucking shit, then I just get reverse swept by Ditto anyway, so there's no point doing that, right? Then we got Toxapex. Toxapex is really, really good in this matchup because it helps me beat Palafin. Obviously, Palafin can run Zen Headbutt, and I'm expecting Joey to bring Zen Headbutt Palafin. But it also just overall gives me, first of all, Toxic Spike. Second of all, gives me a decent defensive backbone, pivot Pokemon with Regenerator and all that crap. The specific EV spread is the following. This EV spread lives 2 Zen Headbutts from Adamant Palafin. It lives a modest Specs Draco Meteor from Dragalge. It lives a Draco Meteor into another Draco Meteor from modest max special attack non-specs Dragalge, even with Sand being set up, okay? So that's kind of what is there for. Sludge Bomb coverage for, you know, Meowscarada stuff, all that type of shit. To hit Palafin for neutral damage too, then recover, you know, self-explanatory. Surf is just their overall good move against Treads, for instance, if there is a chance, if we hit it on the switch, and all that type of crap for, you know, all that stuff. Now, Specs Espeon is very important for... Specs Espeon obviously important for revenge killing Espartra. Plus, it does insane damage to the whole team anyway. Like, its coverage is really good against Joey's team. On top of that, we do have Baton Pass. Baton Pass is not banned as a move. You can't use Baton Pass plus setup in this league, but you can use Baton Pass for momentum, right? So we're going to use it for momentum in case, you know, we expect to switch into Treads, for example, with Baton Pass out, then we, you know, trap it with Dugtrio, all that type of crap, right? So... that's good. I decided to go with that over Trick because I don't think we necessarily need Trick for this matchup. And then Psychic plus Psyshock, you know, just to hit on both sides of the spectrum, that type of stuff. The speed, this is enough to outspeed Treads, basically, the max speed Treads. We don't need any more speed for this scenario. Then we got Lucario. This Lucario set is very, very interesting, as you can see. This Lucario set, we're going with Silk Scarf. This is going to be SD Lucario. I originally didn't want to run Bullet Punch because I wanted to make sure that if Ditto becomes into us, then the dog walls it, right? Because obviously Extreme Speed Drain Punch is doesn't affect the dog. But Bullet Punch is actually really decent in the scenario of potentially Sylveon coming, right? Plus, just, you know, having that priority move, another stab move just for more sort of coverage is just good. It's just good. So because there's nothing really else that you could run, right? You could run some bullshit like non-attacking move. I don't know, fucking Detect to Toxic Stole, some shit. Like I was thinking that, you know, but I don't think it's too necessary in that situation, right? So yeah, Bullet Punch is just probably the most useless move. The EV spread is very interesting though. We don't need speed on this Lucario whatsoever. It's not like Lucario is bulky enough to just take hits, right? But we can pretty much maximize its physical bulk. And that is important as well because the Lucario lives 2 banded flower tricks from Espartra. Not Espartra, from Meowscarada. And then potentially we can set up on the Meowscarada if Ditto is dead to Dugtrio switching in properly and all that type of stuff, right? So this is kind of like the idea behind this Lucario spread. Speed is not needed at all, which is, you know, it is what it is. Also, by the way, this having no speed means that Pussy Boy outspeeds even Scarf Ditto if it turns into this. So, like, that's why we're running almost no speed to make sure that Ditto doesn't get out of hand with anything. You know what I mean? And then we got Dugtrio. Dugtrio making a fucking debut in this shit. It replaces Cloyster from last matchup, and it replaces Salamence from the matchup before. As you can see, I'm bringing the same 5 Pokemon to 3 weeks in a row just because they're so good together, so effective. Dugtrio with Choice Band. Choice Band is important for actually Dugtrio being able to do anything, right? This Dugtrio has enough speed to outspeed Ditto becoming an Espeon if it's not Scarf, for instance, right? Because this was 343, this is 344. So this is enough speed that we need. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Suga Punch. I was thinking of running Rocks originally instead of Memento, but Memento could have been interesting, trapping something that can do much and then setting up with Lucario on it, for example, you know? So that was the idea behind it. Rocks, I don't think it's that necessary because the game should be rather fast-paced. It might not be a fast game, but it might be very important keeping, not wasting turns and being able to keep momentum, sort of, you know? Obviously, you know, Choice Band, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Suga Punch for priority. This is pretty self-explanatory, this set, right? And the Dougie spread allows us to live an EQ from no attack treads. And it also lives 1 Spike Switchin' and Hyper Voice from no special attack investment Sylvia. Okay, so that's kind of like what this, a little bit of bulk on Dougie does for us. And Choice Band, obviously our idea is to trap Dragalge, potentially trap Iron Treads, and also trap the Ditto if we are able to, and try to do something against it and like kill it so it doesn't reverse sweep us. So this is the team we're gonna go in with. If Joel doesn't bring Dragalge, then we're just gonna set up T-Spike and try to win, because that helps against the Spartra and all that type of shit, right? And we have a decent enough plan. This is gonna be an unbelievably difficult matchup because a lot of our Pokemon are not even like that effective going into this matchup, right? T-Tar is just this little specific niche. It loses to everything else besides the Spartra. The dog is not that reliable with this set anyways. Toxapex doesn't accomplish too much for us besides setting up Toxic Spikes and switching in and out. Espeon, potentially, if it doesn't do its job, it would be useless as well. And then we're just gonna have to hope that Lucario can do work and that Dugtrio gets the right traps. You know what I mean? So that's the idea behind this. Again, once again, shoutouts to Maverick Shooters for helping me build this. As you can see, every single set is rather niche and interesting. That's why I really like Draft League, bro. This is my first Draft League ever, but this is very interesting. Like, theory crafting and building for specific draft matchups is really fun, not gonna lie. All right, the battle is going up tomorrow. You'll have to see what happens. I'm out this bitch. Shoutouts to BBR. Check out BBR. Check out all the coaches. You know what I'm saying? I'm the coach of the Jynx press conference over, baby.